Mindless Evaporation here, and today we're playing Man, I Really Just Want to Go Home. The gray October skies vomited another bucket of rain on the last tram moving away from the wet innards of the city. Missed this one too, huh? You think to yourself as you retreat deeper into the useless hood of your soaked-through jacket, muttering half-coherent curses and reaching into the pocket for the blank, dead rectangle of your ancient cell phone. You thump your thumb against the matte black screen, disappointedly. Even if you had ordered a taxi, you wouldn't be able to pay for it thanks to your last client, who deemed your service too low grade for his money. Stupid, low-income son of a broke bitch. Through the static of the rain, your eyes catch a greenish reflection from the neon sign of the coffee shop. Flat. You start trudging slowly towards it, like some wet, depressed silk moth, sloshing the soup from your socks and your cheap sneakers with each new step. There's no need to hurry. It's impossible to get any wetter. It's impossible to get any wetter than soaking. The door gives way, surprisingly easy, and you stumble into the well-lit, empty room, the shopkeeper's bell ringing feverishly. A barista swiftly raises her head from a worn-out paperback and says, with a tinge of disappointment in her voice, good evening? Hello, a double Americano, please. Just a minute. While she operates the outrageously outdated coffee machine, you hang up your waterlogged jacket and settle your damp carcass on a bar stool near the heater. I wonder if she'll be okay with me hanging my socks over it. Well, the smell of my feet after a whole day of walking and meeting the most insufferable people in the city will probably make this place uninhabitable. I think I can at least take my sneakers off and put my feet directly over the heater. Ugh, I hope the ventilation works. The fear of being judged gives way to the fear of getting sick, and you press your cold, fishy soles against the dusty metal of the heater. Oh yeah, that's better. Much better. The barista brings you an Americano, side-eyeing your bar stool heater situation. Some weather, huh? You don't say. I haven't seen a flood like this since... ever. You ain't from around here, are you? Is it that obvious? Nah, you just look like a delivery guy. Smell like one, too. Oh, if you're talking about me frying my feet on the heater, I can... She smiles disarmingly. Nah, man, I'm just playing with you. It's just a figure of speech. You can fry your feet all you want. As you might notice, business ain't going so great today. Only frogs go to the coffee shop in this weather. Yeah, hate 'em. They never tip. Wait until you meet a human. She smiles once more, blinding you with her perfectly white teeth. Doesn't she drink coffee in a coffee shop? I mean, that's a bold assumption. And extends her hand to you. Name's Rita. I'm... Nice to meet you. That heater feels nice too, doesn't it? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to my reading and you can get back to whatever you're up to. Call me if you need anything. Wait, by any chance, do you have a mini USB charger? Mini USB? That's a blast from the past. I'm old-fashioned that way. Some people confuse it with poverty, though. What can you do? Some people just lack perception. But I have to disappoint you. I ain't seen a mini USB since like 2006. That's okay. I need to start keeping up with the times. Rita leaves you alone with waves of warm bliss rolling through your body, from the heater and upwards. The rhythmic patter of the rain is practically reflected inside your brain, adding weight to your eyelids with each new Drop. The coffee should invigorate you, but it only adds joules to the heat balance of your comfort. Your eyes finally give in, and Rita's ringtone wrangles you from sleep, and you desperately cling to the table, trying to balance yourself on the stilts of a bar stool. Yes? Ah, shit, Taro. Really? Of course I'm on shift. Where else would I be? I'll come, don't worry. I just need to find my swimsuit. That's all. Rita comes over from the counter and touches your shoulder. Listen, I don't want to impose on you or anything, but seeing as you're so cozy in here, how about you just keep sitting in this chair while I quickly run across the street and to give my neighbor my set of keys. It'll take 15 minutes max. That all right with you? What if someone comes? That would be a miracle. What if I'm not the man you think I am and I rob you blindly? Good luck robbing an empty register. Sure, why not? Let's chill out in here. Rita smiles confidently, opens her umbrella, and slithers out into the street. The shopkeeper's bell rings softly before falling silent, leaving you alone with the sound of rain and the gentle hum of the refrigerator. You shrug, pulling the wet socks off your feet with a squelch, and place them on the heater to dry. Then, with a quick glance, you notice a stack of paper napkins on the table across the room, which you hastily grab and stuff inside your sneakers in a futile attempt to soak up at least some of the moisture. You finish your double Americano with one big gulp. To your surprise, a shimmering clot of anxiety starts forming 2 inches below your solar plexus. But why? It's the fucking coffee. I hate coffee. Why did I even order it? The rain grows stronger, and the forms that the coffee shop is comprised of start to tremble, to grow disproportionately, with faint specks of light scattered across its numerous surfaces. A pile of cups on top of an ancient coffee machine gazes blankly at you. You lock your eyes on it and jump from the sound of the bell cutting through the still air. A rumpled, middle-aged man wearing a soaking wet, white trench coat staggered into the coffee shop. This door does not adhere to fire safety standards. Good evening, sir. Unfortunate. Pour me a glass of water, boy. He croaks and materializes 20 marks. A 20? Your hand grabs it way before your brain starts calculating the ethical side of such an action. 20. It's 4 subway rides, 2 packs of cigarettes. It's still not enough to get a taxi, but I'm not little Lord Fauntleroy. Unceremoniously, you stuff your feet inside the mushy napkin linen sneakers and limp towards the sink with the finesse of an ex-paraplegic on high heels. There, you grab the first sorta cleaner tumbler, fill it with the tap, and give it to the man. His trembling hands grab the glass, pelicanly empties it into his throat and thumps it on the counter. Then he gives you a long, piercing look with his blue eyes shining in the center of the life-drained face. You don't work here. I'm substituting for my friend. His stare drills a sense of discomfort into you. Why do his hands tremble so much? An alcoholic? But he doesn't have a bloated face or any signs of bad blood circulation. Maybe it's Parkinson's, but... Don't forget to share the tips, he said, then turned around so swiftly that droplets from his trench rained all over the coffee shop. He bolted out the door, causing the bell to rattle metallically. You exhale and look at the counter to find a thick wallet lying near the empty tumbler. A wallet of a stranger who's willing to pay 20 marks for a glass of water. Choose fast. Oh gosh. Oh gee. Run after the creepy stranger? I mean, I feel like that's the right thing to do. You shake your head disappointingly, remove the moist lumps of paper from your sneakers, and put on the disgustingly wet jacket and run outside, pondering the vastness of your soul and the dizzying height of your moral stance. A gray silhouette is quickly moving down the street into the rain. You run, and occasionally you shout something like, "Sir, your wallet, man!" But the words dissipate into the rain without ever catching his attention. Deaf fuck, you think, full of kindness and humility. After a couple of blocks, the silhouette takes a sharp turn into the shabby alleyway between the two worn-out red-bricked buildings. You pick up the pace. The first thing you see in that alleyway is a flash, revealing a limp body of a man in a striped jacket. Then you focus on the shape of another man, flickering through a sheet of rain, holding something black and heavy in his hand. The sound of a shot ricochets from the myriad of raindrops and pierces you. Your stomach lurches up in your throat and you scream involuntarily. The stranger turns towards you, his lips moving, but you can't make out any words. Another flash blinds you. Something warm is seeping into your chest. The wet asphalt crashes into your face with the whole devastating mass of its shining roughness. Why is my shirt so sticky? You didn't make it home. I died in 14 minutes. Congratulations. Alright, well, let's just try again. But now we're going to keep the wallet. Did you finally catch a break? Did the mind-numbing sequence of failures finally lead you to a wallet with 20,000 marks? Really? That much? Emotions flood you. Not a single one of them is noble, but... You giggle caustically and glance around looking for cameras. Well, either the coffee shop flat holds the privacy of its customers in high regard, or it just hides the contrary really well. You decide to inspect the contents of the wallet once more thoroughly. Unrestricted Tech Solutions. Name, Hans Luge. Position, Head of Security. Security number, 001337. And then there's a barcode with a bunch of numbers that I'm not going to read. In the card name section, there's a security pass issued to the name of Hans Luge, the head of security of Unrestricted Tech Solutions, LLC. Jesus, he really does look like a head of security. Probably an ex-cop or something. Besides the pass, you see a half-faded VIP card from the casino Titanic. I guess none of us are above sin. Hey, boo-boo, I guess none of us are above sin. With a bit of effort, you squeeze the wallet into a tight pocket of your jeans. It's safer this way. After some consideration, you rinse the tumbler and put it back exactly where it was. What if he comes back? This thought makes your breathing faster. A clot of anxiety reminds you of its presence in your chest. You bend down a bit too quickly and remove the slimy lumps of paper from your still not even close to being dry shoes. Then you rush towards the heater, put on your wet but warm socks over your feet, and... Holy shit! Yells Rita as she runs inside the coffee shop. You freeze as caught red-handed pulsates in your head, your breathing almost coming to a halt. Rita shakes a gallon of water off from her umbrella and looks at you with genuine concern. Did you really try to rob the place? Well, I'm gonna do the thing that I would do because I am a dumbass. Prove the world your nobility and leave Rita the wallet, hoping that a creepy, quasi-old man would come to collect it. Whoa! That's a really peculiar kraut she mutters as she puts the security pass back in the wallet. Your right eye twitches. You can keep the 20. I have no claims on the 20. You breathe a sigh of relief. She notices and chuckles understandingly. What, despite the rain, your pocket's still dry? In every sense but the literal. Where do you live? What kind of question is that? A very normal one for a person who wants to order you a taxi home. And pay for it too, don't worry. Straight up give her the address. I live at 12 Zampano Street, apartment. Whoa, you think the taxi's gonna drive you straight to your door? I don't know how tiny this taxi is. Okay, I'll ask the driver the dimensions. She pulls out her phone to finally order a ride. You shift your weight inside your wet shoes and think about the damp mess of today's events. Why was that man, that Hans, so fucking suspicious? Who the hell carries 20 grand in cash in his wallet? What's wrong with your bladder, actually? It's about to blow up. You zip to the bathroom with a grimace that one shouldn't try at home. 3 minutes later, you casually walk out, drying your hands on your jeans. Your carriage awaits you, sir. Thanks, Rita. See you around. You raise 2 fingers to the ceiling and ding a brass bell on your way out. As you step outside, you are met with a glass of water in your face. A murky taxi driver with a mustache and a post-acne uneven skin doesn't pay any attention to your attempts to find a comfortable sitting position in the back. His headlights, muffled by the rain, only illuminate a meter of the road ahead, sentencing the car to a crawl at about 15 miles per hour. About half a mile down the street, you hear the soft thud of a body. The driver frantically pushes the brakes, halting the screeching carcass of his car. A trenchcoat-wearing shape opens the door and throws the driver out into the rain. You stare down the barrel of his gun with the intensity of a soon-to-be slaughtered chicken. Hello again. Ugh. You swallow some bile that rushes into your mouth as Hans assumes the driver position at the wheel and states casually, I'm not a killer, boy. Of course I believe you, Hans. Wait, what? How the fuck do you know my name? Not a killer twists his torso and once again acquaints you with his weapon. Did Toivo send you? Or was it someone on Koji's side? Who the fuck are you, kid? Start talking. He barks abruptly. You left your wallet in the coffee shop. You start wriggling in the back seat, trying to pull his wallet out of your pants. A muzzle flash leaves a small hole in your forehead as your brains splatter the rear windshield. You don't hear the bang. I see. You didn't make it home. Also, I just want to say that unlocked an achievement called, I'm not a killer, but... And then be a man and play coy a bit before giving her your address. You know I can't give you my address. Relax, I'm not gonna bust your door in the middle of the night with a guitar string in one hand and a bottle of lube in the other. I just want to help you. But why? For the biggest karmic payback of my life, obviously. You sneeze furiously. Alright, I'll give you my address on one condition. You give me your phone number. You know, to learn about the fate of this wallet later. Of course. She gives you a half-ironic smile and scribbles her numbers on a napkin. I live at 12 Zampano Street, apartment. Whoa! You really think the taxi's gonna drive you straight to your door? I don't know how tiny this taxi is. Okay, I'll ask the driver the dimensions. She pulls out her phone to finally order a ride. You shift your weight inside your wet shoes and think about the damp mess of today's events. Why was that man, that Hans, so fucking suspicious? Who the hell carries 20 grand in cash in his wallet? What's wrong with your bladder, actually? It's about to blow up. You zip to the bathroom with a grimace that one shouldn't try at home. 3 minutes later, you casually walk out, drying your hands on your semi-wet jeans. Your carriage awaits you, sir. Thanks, Rita. See you around. You raise 2 fingers to the ceiling and ding a brass bell on your way out. As you step outside, you are met with a fistful of water in your face. A murky taxi driver with a mustache and post-acne, uneven skin doesn't pay any attention to your attempts to find a comfortable sitting position in the back. His headlights, muffled by the rain, only illuminate a meter of the road ahead, sentencing the car to a crawl at about 50 miles per hour. After an eternity of being stuck in low gear, you hear a faint sound of a police siren, and then a trench coat-wearing shape of a person crosses the street, mere inches away from the hood of the car. The driver smashes the brakes. I should probably buckle up. Blue reflections of the police lights dance on every surface of the nearby building. Through the windshield, you see the silhouette of headlights swerving towards you. Hear the screech of tires, and feel the force pushing you out from the back seat. Your flight is accompanied by the loud crack of either your skull or the windshield, which you effortlessly break through as you fly over the crumpled accordions of the car. The endpoint of your trajectory turns out to be a police light that softly sinks inside your ribcage. You try to take your last breath, but only manage to gasp for air. You didn't make it home. Are you fucking kidding me? It's 20 grand. Tell Rita about the creepy stranger, but keep hush about the wallet. Yeah, I tried to still the heater. Unfortunately, it's bolted too tight. I feel you. My teeth are fucking chattering. Did anyone come by? Someone did. A weird, pale German-looking guy, shaking like he had Parkinson's or something. Also this. You give Rita a 20. He paid that much for a glass of water. Can you imagine? Whoa. Well, keep it to yourself. Consider it your paycheck for the day. You sure about that? I'm not, but I want to be kind and leave a good impression. So please don't test me. See, I don't know why she would do that, but... You squeeze something resembling a warm smile and put a 20 back on the counter. You could leave a good impression by ordering me a taxi. Oh yeah, sure thing. She pulls out her phone and gives you an inquiring look. Where are you gonna go? Ugh, home. Just have it sent to the coffee shop, and I'll take it from there. Ah, okay, I get it. Not that I don't trust you with my address, it's just... Yeah, I told you, I get it. You head to the bathroom as she calls the taxi company. You are too tense to piss. You start counting the fractures on the tiles. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and this one looks like an elephant. They do need to retile this whole thing. This is not good. The stream of pee hits the urinal wall and splashes a few droplets onto your hand. You were too lost in thoughts to notice how close you were standing. You were too lost in thoughts to notice how close you were standing. God, this is disgusting. Hastily, you wash your hands and dry them on your jeans. The taxi's already outside, says Rita as you exit the bathroom. A murky taxi driver with a mustache and post-acne uneven skin doesn't pay any attention to your attempts to find a comfortable sitting position in the back. His headlights, muffled by the rain, only illuminate a meter of the road ahead, sentencing the car to a crawl about 15 miles per hour. About half a mile down the street, 2 policemen pull you over and ask for your ID. What happened? Murder. Of course it was murder. The cop blinds you with his flashlight. How to not look guilty? You ask yourself as you extend your arm with the wallet through the gap in the window. Wrong wallet. Why did I even give him the wallet? Why not just The cop pulls the security pass out of the wallet, compares the photo of Hans with your shivering face, and says dryly, "Sir, step out of the vehicle, please." Of course. The taxi driver almost breaks his neck trying to follow you with his stare as you step back into the rain. One of the cops unhoisters his gun, but doesn't point it at you. He just makes sure you know he has it. You chuckle nervously. Hans Luge. No, listen, I'm not the owner of this wallet. Well, yes, but... So how did it come into your possession then? I found it. Pack 'em up, Jim. But what about... You didn't make it home. I mean, I feel like he could have... I mean, in the moment, it's hard to... Well, that's tragic. Well, let's continue. Are you crazy? Leaving your personal information in a place where you've almost committed a sort of a crime? Well, you said it yourself. You quickly return the bill into your pocket. How far is the nearest metro station? Like half a mile from here. But you don't want to go, man, trust me. There's nothing to do outside without a boat. But what if he comes back? You think, involuntarily clenching your jaw. I'm already terribly late, so... Let me order you a taxi. Do I look like a billionaire? You squeeze your left hand through the wet sleeve of your jacket. I can pay for the ride? Do I look like a charity case? Come on, it's okay. I'm pretty sure I can walk half a mile in any weather. Can you swim half a mile, though? At least take my umbrella. Rita, you know where to return it. You step outside, muttering words of gratitude. The shopkeeper's bell rings a farewell, seeing you off into the concentration camp of late October's rain. Every attempt at drying your clothes is washed away in the first 2 seconds of walking down the street. Rita's umbrella is rendered useless by an especially ferocious gust of wind that turns it inside out. You manage to close it and continue moving towards the seemingly unreachable metro station. The stormwater drainage gives up and you walk ankle deep in the rainwater, thinking about the throat-tearing cough and a mind-melting fever, an ever-running nose, and all the other symptoms that certainly await you at home. With a strange satisfaction, you look at your sneakers, squishing and bubbling with water with every step you take. You walk, counting your steps, swearing profusely, cursing God and clutching the wallet, and glancing enviously at the occasional car moving in the same direction as you. Fuck the cars, fuck the clothes, fuck my immune system. The only thing that matters is that 20 grand in that leather fucking wallet. Mercantile? Sure. But the possibility of not living paycheck to paycheck for the next 6, maybe even 9 months if you keep it frugal, and you always keep it frugal, warms you under a frantic storm. From behind a wall of rain, a building with a neon sight Titanic emerges. Your thoughts immediately jump towards a VIP card, patiently residing in the wallet. Should you go inside? A padded door is unreasonably difficult to open. The relatively empty casino interior greets you with a wave of warm, subdued lighting. 3 half-drunk, identically shabby men stand around a roulette table, not doing anything but drinking, and behind them, an entrance to the VIP room is guarded by a classically bald 6-foot-tall refrigerator-looking goon with an impenetrable face that not even a mother could love. To the right, a weirdly energetic bartender with a devilish spark in his eyes is filling the lime box with freshly cut limes. You shake the umbrella, drawing everyone's attention. Hello? Think fast. Check out the VIP room. You give in to your curiosity and slosh to the entrance in your wet sneakers. The goon in the tuxedo stops you with a soft yet decisive move. He looks at you disinterestedly and says one simple, "No." But you pull out the wallet and show the bouncer your newly acquired VIP card. He squints and then rips it out of your hand, then thoroughly inspects it as if it was some sort of extraterrestrial artifact. "Wait a second, sir." The darkness of the VIP room swallows him in a matter of moments, leaving you alone to shift your weight from one foot to the other under the gaze of everyone in the casino. Suddenly you feel a gust of wind, the kind that only you seem to notice. It pierces you right through, sending the waves of goosebump across the body. Everything inside you feels suspended on some tiny invisible strings, and the only thought your brain can muster is, run. Why? You spot 3 silhouettes approaching from the darkness of the room. The urge to flee to the metro, to the police, to get rid of the wallet, to cry for help, to flow down the drain along with everything the rain has poured overwhelms you. But you just take a deep breath and remain firmly rooted in place. The bouncer places his excavator bucket of a hand on your shoulder. On each side of him, 2 identically unpleasant men grow out of the ground and into the tuxedos, 3 sizes bigger than they should be. They greet you in unison with carnivorous smiles, and you stutter. No, I've just got a call, and you are coming with us. I am coming with you. Thank you for being sensible. As you walk beside them through the hall, past the velvet couches with cheap cup holders and bronze tacky ashtrays, across the room with an infuriatingly obnoxious carpet, passing the frozen in space waiter and the allergetically snorting blackjack dealer, through a technical corridor with crumbling walls and wires dangling dangerously low, into the small but cozy room with a black and white TV with nothing on. A small refrigerator adorned with a single magnet from Sweden. A glass table with coffee stains. A coffee maker with a mold-ridden pot and a pack of instant coffee beside it. A tiled floor that hasn't met with a broom in a while. A leather couch with cigarette burns, and 3 electrically draped chairs, with an old man, sitting in one of them, who raises the aquariums of his thick glasses to you and softly whispers, "Fuck 'em up, Anton." A skillful blow to the cheekbone sends you crashing onto the couch. Black spots mockingly dance in front of your eyes as you turn your stiff neck towards the old man. A dry, contemptuous expression creases his face. "What the fuck do you Young man, be silent." "What?" Anton, empty his pockets. Anton pats you down and finds your dead cell phone, a damp pack of house blues, your slim wallet, and Hans' leathery brick of money. The old man takes it and turns the thick wallet around with a certain degree of bafflement glimmering in his glasses. He opens it, runs his fingers through the cash, pulls out a security pass, holds it close to his face for an uncomfortable amount of time, and finally says, "This young man's loaded. This is not mine. Now, don't be shy. Did Toivo send you?" "He did, didn't he? But why? For what reason? What?" "Hans, listen. Your friend has already shot my bookie. You are too late. Well, maybe you're too early. What the hell do I know about Toivo's operations? But, despite everything, I, Andres Fink, give you my word that we will let you go if you tell us what your goal is, and I'm not Hans. Please, don't interrupt. And we'll even let you have your money too. Just tell us the name of... Anton, do you feel as if our companion doesn't show us proper respect? Anton ruminates for a solid minute. His irises bounce off the corners of his eyes as the gears of thought slowly turn inside his skull. Upon realizing the implication of his boss's question, he paternally squeezes your shoulder and nearly blows the stuffing out of your head with his monstrous fist. You spread thinly across the couch. You feel nothing but numbness in the place where your head should be, and a vomit boiling somewhere on the outskirts of your digestive system. Hans, it's in your best interest to not lose the thread of the conversation. I'm not... A wave of panic burns through every available instrument of reason. You lift a concrete slab of the back of your head off the couch and stare into the thick, pitiless glasses across the table. Hans, I beg you, do not stall. I believe you have something better to do, other than getting the shit beat out of you. Well, do you? Well, tell him the truth. Andres, listen, I've no idea what you're talking about. I'm not Hans, I'm a very insignificant delivery guy. In the wrong place, at the wrong time, with the wrong wallet. I don't know anything about any... A heavy smack from Anton interrupts your rant. It feels like he drove a spark from the back of your head. You burp apologetically, and old man scowls. I get it. Thank God. Wait, who am I kidding? I don't get any of it, Anton. Do you understand anything? Anton shrugs. Let me make it easier on you, young man. Simple questions. Monosyllabic answers. Your VIP pass is obviously fake. Where did you get it? Or rather, who did you get it from? I kinda stole it along with the wallet from a strange trenchcoat wearing kraut in the flat coffee shop. Are you referring to this wallet over here? Yes, look at the security pass again. It's his face in the photo, not mine. Anton, confirm. He hands the pass to the goon, and a realization hits you like a brass knuckle. He's blind as a bat. Anton thoroughly examines the photo of the pass and grunts. Yes, not him. This Hans. He's way older, and he looks more German. Great, so let me get this straight. You've met a mysterious stranger, stole his hefty wallet, and... Why the hell did you come here? Well, I didn't really steal it as much as I didn't return it to the owner. And I've never been to the VIP room in a casino. I was curious. The old man lets out a delighted cackle. Anton smiles. Probably. Curiosity killed the cat. Ever heard of this one? I suppose. Young man, what is your real name? I know you've already said it. I just didn't take it seriously. What else can you tell me about this Hans fellow? Well, he had a white trench coat and very scary blue eyes. They were kinda looking straight into my soul. He was also shaky, like he had a real tremor. Parkinsonian type, I'd say. He only ordered water and then immediately left, even forgot his wallet. He left immediately in this weather? Yeah, he was quite peculiar. When did this encounter happen? As precisely as you can, please. About an hour ago. The twins. Hey, have you heard of this man? You already forgotten about their silent presence. Were they not breathing the entire time they stood behind your back? They nod solemnly and disappear as you stare into Andre's nose bridge. He mellows into a sincere smile. You've no idea how much you've helped us, even though it was unintentional. Unfortunately, you cannot keep your recently acquired wallet, but... He pulls out half of the cash from the wallet and extends his hand to you. God, it must be like $5,000. You smile incredulously, take the money and stuff it in your wallet. that you pick up from the glass table, along with the cell phone and keys. Now, how about a cocktail on the house and a taxi home? You know, as an apology for the bruises. Whoa, thank you, but can I skip the cocktail? That's what you would say if your throat wasn't constricted by a cold, steely thread. You compulsively grasp at it, trying to pry it away for just one more breath, but you only cut your fingers. You raise your hands higher and find the tense hands of Antoine. You cling to his tuxedo with your weakening fingers, trying to negotiate just one more breath. Just one more. Anton tightens his grip, and you feel the stream of blood running down your shirt onto the leather couch, and then onto the unwashed tiles of the floor, down into the basement, and into the cold, cold earth. Just one more breath, please, into the starless night that's being guarded by nothing but the heartfelt smile of a man in thick glasses. Soon, it also dissipates, leaving you alone in the dark. Well, that is tragic. We're gonna beg for mercy. Your eyes fill up with unwanted tears. You try to find a spark of compassion in Andre's glasses. However, the only thing you see are his fingers impatiently tapping on his knee, waiting for you to answer. But please, I beg you. I didn't do anything. I'm here and I didn't know and I don't want to die. Oh God, Anton, shut this wimp up. No, wait. Obviously, Anton ignores your request, and a crushing liver shot makes you see the world through a red lens of burning, mind-numbing pain. You snivel miserably. Listen, young man. Hans, blank, whatever your name is. You start to get on my nerves. Ugh. Sharp pain impedes your ability to formulate thoughts. Just tell me, what were you doing at my casino with a fake VIP card and a stack of money not 10 minutes from the killing of my bookie? I took the pass along with the wallet from a German man in a gray trench coat. Anton looks at you, and then at the boss with a silent question in his eyes. The old man irritably waves his hands at him. Go on, please. At the coffee shop, flat, about an hour ago. Jesus Christ, it hurts. You burp a sour smell of rotten innards. Anton winces. The twins. Have you heard of them? You've already forgotten about their silent presence. Were they not breathing the entire time they stood behind your back? They nod solemnly and disappear as you exude a mousy squeal and stare into Andre's nose bridge. He pauses and tells you, "So that's it, huh? Why have you decided to come here, of all places? Curiosity." Andres exhales disappointedly and rubs his temple. "Have you found any weapons on him?" "No, boss." "Then even if he is involved, he's just I don't know. And the important thing is, I don't really want to." "Well, in that case, we probably shouldn't dispose of him, especially with all these police crawling through the neighborhood." "Think so, boss?" "It seems as though the circumstances are working in your favor. Anton, please, would you be so kind as to get this young man out of here?" "Meaning?" "Meaning physically. Just get him off the casino's premises. I don't care what happens next. My wallet stays here. Well, Hans' wallet. You can take yours." You hurriedly collect all of your belongings from the table. "And one more thing. Forget about us, because we will remember you." A rush of goosebumps runs through your body as Anton drags you off the couch and out onto the web of corridors. You walk through them with a deep sadness from the loss of 20 grand. That's too big of an amount to lose in one day. Finally, you see an exit sign and feel a slight relief from the fact that whatever this thing was, it is finally A loud bang behind your back causes your head to twitch, limply, as your body crumbles onto the ground. The last thing you see is a scarlet stream merrily running across the bumps in the concrete. You didn't make it home. Tragic. So we're gonna go inside. And we're gonna fast forward. But we're not gonna go in the VIP room this time. We're gonna sit at the bar. The bartender stares at you without blinking. Vodka with lime. Just a sec. As he tries to find a bottle behind the bar, you lean in, clear your throat, and say, "Do you have a mini USB cable by any chance?" "What?" "Nothing." He pours you a shot and rubs his goatee. He appears as though he desperately wants to say something, but something inside of him is resisting. The dissonance of it all is almost making him collapse. So you decide to take the initiative and sigh. "Quite the weather, huh?" "Someone was killed a couple blocks from here for like a half an hour ago." What? You take a shot. The warmth spreads down your esophagus, reaches the stomach lining, and makes you clench your left hand into a fist to offset the cutting pre-ulcerative pain. "The cops came by, asked some vague questions, and our boss went to the station to testify or some shit. Can you believe it?" Your shaking hand drops a 20 at the bar. "Another shot, please." "Sure thing." This time, he also pours one for himself. You raise your shots in silence. You reach into your pocket for a pack of semi-dry house cigarettes. It takes 5 tries to light one. The bartender slides you an ashtray. Your stomach pain eases, or maybe it's the vodka numbing your pain receptors into submission. What brings you here, by the way? Me? I'm a delivery guy, man. I deliver vacuums and shit. Listen, force another one. I do fucking need it. It's been a while since. Are you contagious? Nah, man, it's just this hypothermia thing. I'm as wet as a dog. Well, okay. With a swift motion, he offers you a napkin. You blow 1.5 pounds of yellowish snot into it. They say the victim was Asian. Huh? A hate crime or something? I don't know. We have an Asian working here, Japanese fellow, Koji. Cheers. You down another shot with the bartender. His cheeks gain a bit of color, and his eyes cloud over with nostalgia. He leans over and whispers, "That Koji? He's like a half-legal bookie or something." Well, it's a casino. Everything here is half-legal. You think he's the one killed? Nah, can't be. Simply can't. He wasn't here today. Man, that's creepy. All that stuff is. Like, you know? Yeah, I know. And I need to sit here and I need to sit here the rest of my shift. Why? What's the point? There's barely 5 people in the whole casino. Don't they drink? Oh, they do, but they never tip. Fuck them then. Yeah, fuck them. The bartender runs his finger through the hair on his neck. Are you here to play roulette or something? Nah, I'm here because I got no choice. I missed every tram, and my phone is dead, so I can't order a fucking taxi. I can order you a taxi if you want. I firmly believe this will just lead into the misery that we've already experienced. But, because I am curious to see if it changes just because, I doubt it changes because we talked to him. Nah, man, I've got one more thing to do here. You jump off the chair, give the bartender a creepy-ish smile, and stagger drunkenly to the VIP room entrance. A 6-foot tuxedo-clad goon. No. Wait a second! You fish out your brand new wallet and pull a VIP card to show it to the bouncer. He squints and grabs it by the edge with a clear intention to take it from you. You push his chest to no avail and forcibly twist the card out of his grip with an apologetic, "The fuck you think you are?" and a friendly, "Fucking damn." The bouncer, clearly touched by your eloquence, stomps his cast iron knuckle into your grinning face. Your body flies 50 feet through the casino floor, at least it felt that way, before it gets stopped by an empty table. An empty glass presses into your backside. You wipe the blood off the edges of your mouth and run your tongue through your teeth. Luckily, you still have a full set. Time to go berserk on this sissy fucking... Suddenly, the gravity stops working as intended, and you find yourself helplessly suspended by a silent and decisive force. You raise your hands to defend yourself, but there's no subsequent blow. The bouncer simply walks to the casino exit, holding you like a trash bag that is leaking some unknown fluid. The bartender looks at you with admiration. You try to cheer the bouncer up with, "Come on, you fuck," and "Too fucking sissy to fight like a man," until he throws you into the nearest puddle by the door. You lay there, trying to light a thoroughly soaked cigarette. Finally, you succeed. The busy clouds rustle in front of your eyes, showing you the occasional glimpses of a starless night sky. It feels so good to be alive. Ouch. Some trenchcoat-wearing asshole stumbles over you. "I'm so sorry." You don't even acknowledge the man. You just keep laying in the puddle as his steps rhythmically move away until they disappear and you find yourself dangerously close to hypothermia. You should definitely scrape your body off the sidewalk and throw it into the 10-minute jog to the metro. 10 stations to the south, 3 bus stops, and 5 flights of stairs until you reach your apartment, but... You should definitely scrape your body off the sidewalk and throw it into the 10-minute jog to the metro, 10 stations to the south, 3 bus stops, and 5 flights of stairs until you reach the door of your apartment. But... you gotta smoke just one more cigarette. You made it home! You arrived home too late, shake off your wet clothes, crawl into the shower, and fall asleep inside the cabin. You wake up stiff as a corpse, touch your seriously swollen jaw, and the memories of last night radiate outward from the bouncer's blow. Some fucking night. Well, at least You rush to the damp body of a wallet waiting for you. On the floor, you open it up and count the money. You are so happy you would cry if you weren't that dehydrated. You watch the first droplets of what is going to be another devastating storm as you smoke your 3rd cigarette with a cup of coffee. You think to yourself, tomorrow I'm gonna quit my job. I know we just got probably the best ending, but like there was so much more to see and I want to see it, you know, and I'm sure you would maybe like to see it, I don't know. So let the taxi drive me home. For real? Man, you're a lifesaver. It's nothing. He waves you away with a smile and calls a taxi company. You slide your fingers down Han's wallet and fish out 100 marks. Alright, let's drink another one. The last one. The last bottle? 1 shot will suffice. The bartender's eyes widen as he looks at what is probably the biggest pile of tips he's ever seen. He puts on a professional face and quickly hides them under the bar. You down your last shot, slide off the chair, and drunkenly and sloshingly make your way to the taxi outside without saying goodbye. A murky taxi driver with a mustache and post-acne uneven skin doesn't pay any attention to your attempts to find a comfortable sitting position in the back. His headlights, muffled by the rain, only illuminate a meter of the road ahead, sentencing the car to a crawl about 15 miles per hour. About half a mile down the street, you hear a soft thud of a body. Ooh, interesting. The driver frantically pushes the brakes, halting the screeching carcass of his car. A trenchcoat-wearing shape opens the door and throws the driver out into the rain. You stare down the barrel of his gun with the intensity of a soon-to-be slaughtered chicken. Hello, again. You swallow some bile that rushed into your mouth as Hans assumes the driver position at the wheel and states casually, I'm not a killer, boy. I, of course, believe you, Hans. Wait, what? How the fuck do you know my name? It's just the ending, isn't it? Hang on. This is different, actually. Not a killer twists his torso and once again acquaints you with his weapon. Did Toivo send you, or was it someone on Koji's side? Who the fuck are you, kid? Start talking. He barks abruptly. You left your wallet in the coffee shop. You start wriggling in the backseat, trying to pull his wallet out of your jeans. Hans cocks the trigger and presses the barrel against your forehead. You have a death wish, kid? I just want to show you your wallet. Jesus fucking Christ. You fucking youngsters, you know I could have shot you. Well, alright, show me the wallet, but do it slowly. You exhale a wave of fumes of sour, half-digested alcohol. Please don't breathe in my direction ever again. What the fuck did you drink? Vodka. That tracks. Finally, you manage to pry the wallet from your pocket and drop its wet, leathery body in the cup holder. Hans weighs it in his hand incredulously. A lopsided smile creases his face. Kid, that's not luck. That's destiny. Hans starts the engine. Sorry, kid, but you might have to make a detour on your way home. Unfortunately for you, I have a flight to catch. But it could have ended so much worse. I could have killed you. Okay. I wouldn't have killed you. See, they made me. Let's skip the details. It is what it is, and you're part of it, want it or not. That's destiny. You swallow a hefty gulp of acidic saliva and dissociate to the sound of the rain. Your heart feels like it's about to burst out of your ribcage, but the rest of you is strangely calm. After 5 minutes of what feels like the slowest ride of your life, the headlights reveal the silhouettes of a couple of police officers waving for Hans to stop. Hans meets your eyes in the rearview mirror and frowns. Buckle up, kid. What? Hans convulsively shifts the gearbox and floors it. 15 to 60 presses you back into the seat. You grab onto the seatbelt buckle and, in 1.5 milliseconds of clarity, fasten the belt with a satisfying click. You look at your shoes as the speed of the vehicle enters the 3-digit territory. You raise your eyes to the window and see a brick wall. Holy moly, kid! Yells Han as he frantically turns the steering wheel. The car drifts across the wet asphalt. The taxi slams into the wall sideways, releasing a cloud of brick dust that is immediately washed away by the rain. The left side of the vehicle rises into the air, breezes for a second, and then succumbs to gravity with a plaintive rattle of transmission. The seatbelt digs into your ribcage, and you taste metal. Hans looks at you worriedly, clicks his tongue, and rushes into the night without closing the door. You wince as the rain-filled wind blows into the saloon. The yellow glares of the streetlights crawl indifferently across your face, refracting for 1,000 times inside the rain pouring down on a cracked passenger window that you rest your head on. The rear view mirror gasps its last breath, ponders its situation for a moment, and falls to the floor. That was an achievement that the description was, wait, what was that? And really, what was that? Excuse me? No, wait, really, what? I think I've gone through all of those now, so now we're gonna not be stupid and walk directly into the station. Walk directly to the station. This is a new background, I think. After only a few minutes of walking in the mockingly weakening rain, you arrive at the entrance to the metro. Near the station, there's nobody in sight, not even any cars, except for a single police vehicle quietly corroding through the cracks in its paint. Without paying any attention to this little detail, you push the car doors open to find yourself under the gaze of an entire police station. Well, it's only 3 cops, but they do look intimidating. Fuck, you mutter under your breath. You feel a bead of sweat forming in your forehead as you try to walk as innocently as possible towards the subway booth, praying silently that you won't attract any more attention from these cops. The prayer goes unanswered. Sir, excuse me. Sir, wait a second. Can I see your ID, please? Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen now. He's gonna pull out the wrong wallet and... Surprise! You freeze. The policeman looks at your face as it drains of color with a hint of disbelief. Blood pumps loudly inside your temples. How can I not look guilty? You ask yourself as you pull out a fat wallet. Of course you would. You ask yourself as you pull out a fat wallet from the pocket of your jeans. Wrong fucking wallet. Your hands shake. You try to force the wallet back into the pocket of your jeans, but for some reason, it just wouldn't fit. Whatever. You pull out your real wallet from the inside of your jacket. Thud. Hans' wallet falls to the ground. You rush to take it, but the cop is faster than you. He grabs it right before you can. Stands up, opens it, and his eyes widen at the load of cash lining the leathery inside. He pulls out a security pass, compares the photo of Hans with your shivering face, and says dryly, "Where did you get that?" A second cop approaches you and casually unholsters his gun, but he doesn't point it to you. He just makes sure that you're aware that he has it. You chuckle nervously. Hans Luge? No, listen, I'm not the owner of this wallet. Yes. So how did it come into your possession then? I found it? Back him up, Jim. But what about... Oh, come on, man. I feel like the character is a little smarter than that. Like, he's withholding information. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, so now we'll go here, and I feel like there's some interesting stuff we haven't seen yet. No, I'd like to go for a swim. Sorry, Rita. I don't like taking on more responsibility than absolutely necessary. How far is the metro? About half a mile. Did you finish your coffee? Yeah. Give me $2.50 and let's go. We are heading in the same direction. Nice. Your slim wallet coughs out the last 3 marks. Rita hands you back 50 pfennigs. Just enough to buy 1 metro token. You slip your almost dry feet into the cold, slurping sneakers. Disgusting. With an unveiled revulsion, you push your hands through the cold insides of your wet jacket. Rita smiles sympathetically and takes an umbrella from behind the counter. The rain seems to have known about your plans to leave the coffee shop because it pours harder than ever, almost turning into a waterfall. Rita pulls the door and runs outside simultaneously, opening her umbrella. Unfortunately, the umbrella proves ineffective against the horizontal rain, and she immediately catches a fistful of water with her face. She curses silently and offers you a spot under the umbrella, but you make a vague gesture with your hands, signaling your indifference to being 5% less wet. After the third attempt at conversation between you, After the third attempt at conversation between you was disrupted by yet another especially ferocious wave of rainfall, both of you sink into despair and quietly trudge along the streams of precipitation. Rita is visibly angry. You feel nothing but numbness of joints and a strong desire to pee. Finally, a building with the neon sign Titanic emerges through the wall of rain. Rita yells something that could be interpreted as, "This is fucked, let's go inside." However, considering the distance you've already covered, the metro station shouldn't be that far away. So, what will you do? We'll go inside with her because this is a whole new thing. A padded door is unreasonably difficult to open. The relatively empty casino interior greets you with a wave of warm, subdued lightning. Rita loudly whispers all kinds of curses as she shakes the umbrella, drawing everyone's attention. 3 half-drunk, identically shabby men stand around a roulette table, not doing anything but drinking. Behind them, an entrance to the VIP room is guarded by a classically bald, 6-foot-tall, refrigerator-looking goon with an impenetrable face that not even a mother could love. And to the right, a weirdly energetic bartender with a devilish spark in his eyes is filling the lime box with freshly cut limes. Across from him, a somewhat Asian girl your age with wet blonde hair covering her shoulders sits at the bar. She raises her glass as she notices you two. Rita promptly walks up to the bar. You trudge along indecisively. Why? Well, what else is there to do? Rita? Whoa, girl. When did you get this drunk? Where's Koji? I don't know. Why do you want to see my father? You know, a silver fox is still a fox. You know, take a lap, think about your behavior. Relax, I'm just fucking with you. Unless... Rita? Who's this wet rat next to you? The name's... Nice to meet you. I'm not a rat. I'm a nutria. I'm Tara. Let's do shots. Every whim for your money. I'm a bit broke today. He's a delivery person. Ah, the most persecuted minority. Well, okay, I'll bankroll you. I don't like feeling like an alcoholic. What about me? You're on duty. Ah, come on. I'm not a firefighter for fuck's sake. The 3 of you have vodka shots. The warmth is spreading through your body, and you realize just how cold you really are. Nice weather, huh? Ugh, Tara, here's your key. I gotta go. I just realized that I didn't close the coffee shop. Thank you, darling. See you around. Silently, you raise 2 fingers. More vodka? Yeah, sure, what's the occasion? The end of my relationship. We broke up. Well, to be honest, I got dumped. Ah, well, cheers. She downs another one. You keep up. Victor, why are you bothering with shots? At this point, just give us a bottle. But Koji said... Victor, darling, Koji's not here, so don't fuck with me on his behalf. Hey, manners. Cheers, come on, to ward off the cold. Oh, man. So, how long have you and Rita known each other? I don't really know her. I just walked into flat and... Whoa, man. Tara touches your jacket and immediately pulls her hand away. Ew, you're like soaked. No shit, Sherlock. Come on, I sincerely want... She slides off the bar stool and grabs your shoulder. Let's go to mine and Rita's place. You need to try your clothes. It's just across the street. Come on. Come on, I'm not inviting... Come on, I'm not inviting you over to fuck. My heart is all sorts of broken. Jesus Christ, you fucking men. I'm a nutria. So sorry, darling, I forgot. But what if she's crazy? Interesting. Very interesting. I wasn't expecting more characters, to be honest. Go to Tara's place. Yes. But I need to get home. Alright, I'll go with you. Hell yeah, Victor. Can we have our vodka to... hell yeah, Victor. Can we have our vodka to go? The bartender rolls his eyes and smiles as Tara grabs first the bottle, then you, and pushes the door open. Together, you step into the creaky corridor with washed-out wallpaper. Welcome to my and Rita's humble abode. Humble? This is a bloody mansion. Oh, I know. 55 square feet with a dryer and a dishwasher for only 150 marks a month? 150? You gals have got it way too good. I pay 400 for my shithole. And I don't even have a dishwasher. I know it. I just know a guy who knows my father. Get your ass to the shower. I'll put the kettle on. Why are you so caring? 'Cause I'm gonna fucking kill you, that's why. You know, total dismemberment and, decapitation? No, dismemberment includes decapitation. The word I'm looking for is disembowelment? Yes! No! Well, maybe. Whatever. Will you give me a towel? Just use the hand one. Royal blood. That's Sir Royal blood to you. She walks into the kitchen as you hang your waterlogged jacket on the door. Leave your shoes under the heater and walk into the bathroom, clicking on the light switch. A single light bulb illuminates the pink tiled walls, a ceiling tastefully sprinkled with black mold, and a worn-out violet carpet with a cartoon frog that also hasn't been spared by the passage of time. I feel you, Forg. I think that's supposed to say frog, but I feel you, Forg. I feel you, Frog. You say wearily as you close the glass door of the shower cabin. The hot water beats the goosebumps out of your skin, flows down to your feet, and restores their sensitivity. Lost in a labyrinth of drunken thoughts, you lose the sense of time. Only when the once hot water turns almost cold do you realize that you've probably overstayed your welcome. On a washing machine, Tara has left a gray towel stained with peroxide, along with a triple XL shirt emblazoned with an Auto Care logo, and socks that are at least 3 sizes too small for you. You put on everything plus your slightly wet boxers and stare into the darkness of the bags under your eyes as you dry your hair, contemplating all the choices that brought you to this moment. As you exit the bathroom, a muffled sobbing from behind the closed kitchen door reaches your ears. Peering down the dark hallway, you can make out the blurry shape of your jeans, draped over the heater. They probably are still wet, but at least warm and quasi-wearable. Interesting. Well, we're gonna start with that one, because there's clearly a million options. Although I feel like I know the answer to one of them, but still. Get dressed and fuck off without drawing her attention. Quickly and silently, you pull on your warm jeans, hop inside your quasi-dry sneakers, and put on your heartbreakingly wet jacket. You say something resembling a goodbye, and run outside. I don't answer for anybody's mental condition. I'm my own person. People cannot save each other, and from every situation, you ultimately get out yourself. This chain of thoughts flies through your brain in quick succession as you run down flight after flight of stairs. To your delight, the storm dialed back to a regular rain. A couple blocks down, the police lights throw blue reflections all over the neighborhood. Did someone get killed or something? Nah, there'd be an ambulance if that was the case. You lower your hood, turn towards the metro station, and walk right into a pale man wearing a soaked wet white trench coat. Hey kid. Hello? You half-state, half-ass cautiously. That's an awful nice jacket you've got there. Perchance you want to trade it for my trench? I'm sorry? A barter, you know? Are you kidding me? I'm dead serious, kid. Love the jacket. I can even give you some money on top. How about 100 marks? Oh, this is a bad idea. The man pulls out 100, and your field of vision instantly narrowed into a tunnel. Your mind blocked out everything on the periphery, focusing only on the shining bill like a guiding star. You may have even drooled a bit, but you were in no state to notice that. Oh, come on, you have like 20k in a wallet right now. Of course, sure. I mean, why not? Hastily, you pull off your wet jacket and grab the treasured banknote. A man smiles and hands you his extremely soaked trench coat. The normal question's like, why the fuck would he do that? Is he a criminal on the run? We're dismissed by pure unadulterated greed, and you head towards the metro with the stride of a man unburdened by earthly problems. By the entrance to the metro station, a young policeman, deriving a great deal of pleasure from an unfiltered cigarette, raises his rapidly widening eyes on you and distorts his face with a grimace that you've never been greeted with before. You cautiously slow your pace. He unholsters his gun and points it straight at you. Man, what the fuck? Your ID, please, he yells with genuine fear. You reach inside your inner pocket for the wallet as your face is illuminated by 2 consecutive flashes. The sounds of shots tremble through your eardrums, leaving nothing but the high-pitched ringing behind. A sudden weakness in your limbs makes you stagger, but your hand keeps fishing for your wallet. 2 more shots pierce right through her and stop somewhere inside your rib cage. Oh! You awkwardly fall down the sidewalk, still trying to find the bloody wallet. Must have left it in my old jacket, you think before fading to black. It is him, I swear, it is! Fucking Serge, why the fuck would you think that? He's a fucking blonde and definitely not over 40. Oh lord, what have I done? I killed him! You, listen. He's still breathing, don't panic. The ambulance is like 2 blocks away, so he still might pull through. You haven't killed him yet. So far, you've only made a bunch of holes in him. This is not a joke. Well, who the fuck's laughing? You didn't make it home. And then we'll try to console her. You push open the creaking kitchen door and see Tara drinking straight from a bottle of vodka. Salty shrieks of tears have drawn reddish lines all over her cheeks. Slowly, as if not wanting to draw any attention, you sit beside her and ask, Tara? She puts the bottle on the table and swiftly wipes her face, smearing her mascara all over her face. Her red eyes find you through a veil of tears and ask, Thanks for the t-shirt. What happened? She breaks down into silent sobs. Awkwardly, you embrace her with one hand and sigh heavily as you feel her burning wet face on your t-shirt. My father died just now. He was killed by someone. Her halting speech reaches you through the sobs, and the meaning of her words hits you like a ton of bricks. They said I need to go to the morgue to identify him. He had his wallet on him. An old Asian man in a striped tuxedo. Fuck. She recoils from you and freezes. The only thing you manage to squeeze out of yourself is, "I'm sorry." "Thanks." She stands up and paces the room. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe someone stole his wallet and... She reaches for the almost empty bottle. An unexpected impulse compels you to grab it before she does and make a big gulp with your eyes closed. Why, Jesus, why? She whimpers as she slides down the wall into the dirty floor near the refrigerator. You walk up and sit down next to her. I should go there. Shouldn't I? Yes. Is this okay if I just sit here? 5 minutes? Just 5. Tara bursts into tears. You squeeze her shoulder, wishing to shift the pain towards your fingers and help exorcise it from her body. Tara, you need to go. You too, home, let me order you a taxi. Ah, come on, you've done more than... You tug on the t-shirt, signaling to her that she's already given enough to a random delivery guy who happened to meet her roommate and somehow ended up being beside her during the toughest moment of her life. Don't mention it. It's my ex's. I thought. Half an hour ago, I thought that it couldn't get any worse. Wish I... Heart-wrenching sobs interrupt her speech. Fuck, I have to go. I'm ordering you a taxi. You do not resist. Tara finds her phone and orders you a ride to the Zampino 12. You thank her, into the emptiness of her loss. She smiles a pale smile and asks for a cigarette. You smoke in silence, waiting for the car to arrive. You express your gratitude again and she flicks off the words along with the cigarette dust, clenching her jaw, and stops crying. You hastily get dressed and go downstairs together with Tara. The clouds have cleared, revealing a starless night sky. She hugs you goodbye. Be strong. For the last words of platitude you could tell her before crawling into the vomit-smelling insides of the taxi. You arrived home too late, shake the wet clothes off, and sit on your bed for 40 minutes, replaying in your mind what happened in that faraway kitchen. Poor girl. You don't notice how quickly you fall asleep. The first rays of morning sunshine crawl across your face, almost waking you up, but luckily they get blocked by the heavy clouds of an oncoming storm. It's 6:40 on your only day off. You keep sleeping. Okay, so we've made it home yet again. We're gonna go inside, but then we're just gonna continue on our merry way to the metro station. And Nutria are not afraid of water. It's getting late. I got a motor. How long is it to the station from here? Like 5 minutes max. Let's drink one more for the road. Filled with the jolly calories of vodka, you bolt outside. The rain is pouring down so hard, as if it wants to knock you down, but nothing can stop the real gangster. In less than a minute, you cover this pesky distance between you and the metro. Near the station, there's nobody in sight, not even any cars except for a single police vehicle quietly corroding through the cracks in its paint. Without paying any attention to this detail, you push the carved doors open to find yourself under the gaze of an entire police station. Well, only 3 cops really, and not that intimidating to be honest. You smile the biggest smile of your life and walk towards the subway booth praying that they won't find a reason to fuck with you. The prayer works, and you reach the scrawniest gray-faced clerk in the city. 1 token, please. You say as you pull out your wallet and shake a single 50 pfennig coin out of it. It's 65 pfennigs, lisps the clerk. He then sneezes and trumpetedly snorts into the rigid napkin. Since when? The fare was raised yesterday. What a pity, but I've only got 50. Come on, man. let me in. There's a bloody waterfall outside. 65, I would. Let you in if it were up to me. If it were my personal metro station. But unfortunately for you, and for me, the city owns the whole metro station. And the city sets the fares. Oh, why don't you shut your ugly trap, you slimy... Well, you know. Don't be rude to me. Young man, or I will tell the policeman over there to take you away. I will. You think you're so tough. I've seen tougher. Oh, young man, you have no idea what kind of trouble you've got in your cell. You look at the dim lights reflecting in the eyes of the clerk with disgust. He seems to have gotten so overstimulated that he physically cannot stop yapping. With an innocuous smile, you turn around and walk towards the turnstiles without interrupting the never-ending squeals. Placing your hands on them, you prepare to cross this whole neighborhood out of your memory with one swift jump, but a gnarled hand with yellowish nails falls on your shoulder. Sir, did you put the token in? Asks an old, trembling voice behind your back. How did I miss him? Yes, I did. However, it didn't come through. Would you mind checking your asshole for it? Yes, I did. However, it didn't come through. Would you mind checking your asshole for it? You push yourself off the ground, hoping to fly above the turnstile, away from the clutch of the security guard. But another meteor hand falls on your shoulder. Falls on your other shoulder, stomping you back into the marble of the floor. Listen, kid. You turn around, and the excess adrenaline mixed with vodka short-circuits your brain, and you deliver a devastating kick right between the legs of... a police officer. Needless to say, you didn't make it home. We got no swim. Keep walking to the station. You smile at Rita, give her a slap, more like a slurp, on the shoulder, and continue walking towards the station. The rain gradually transforms into a solid wall of water, causing you to lean forward to pant and to curse. You inch towards the carved doors of the metro station as your breathing becomes more arrhythmic and your thoughts more scattered. Finally, you push through into the empty hall with a marble floor and partially faded mosaic on the wall depicting a man shearing a sheep. Below the mosaic is a subway booth. You approach it, almost skipping, and smile at the scrawniest, gray-faced clerk in the city. One token, please. You say as you pull out your wallet and shake a single 50 pfennig coin out of it. It's 65 pfennigs, lisps the clerk. He then sneezes and trumpetly snorts into the rigid napkin. Since when? The fare was raised yesterday, but I only have 50. The rain is devastating. I need to get home, please. 65, I would. Let you in if it were up to me, but if it were my personal metro station. But unfortunately for you and me, the city owns the whole metro, and the city sets the fares. Please, man, cut me some slack. There's nobody here besides you and me. You can let me through without anyone even noticing. Don't play that game with me, young man, or I will call the police. I will. Let's say today I let you in for 50. Tomorrow someone comes and he only has 40. Well, I let him in too. And then what? Every bum in the city gets a free ride? Do you realize what that would mean for the whole... You look at the dim lights reflecting the eyes of the clerk with desperation. He continues to wash you over with waves of monotone, bureaucratic babble. Ouch. Your hand spasmodically clenches into a fist. Well, screw him. If the petty moral doesn't want my money, that means a free ride for me. Silently, you turn around and walk towards the turnstiles without interrupting the never-ending rant. Placing your hand on them, you prepare to cross this whole neighborhood out of your memory with one swift jump, but a gnarled hand with yellowish nails falls on your shoulder. Sir, did you put the token in? An old man behind your back inquires mockingly. How did I miss him? Yes, I did, however, it kinda... You move swiftly, hoping to shake the hand off, The grip only tightens, sinking under your collarbone with unexpected power. Ouch, you fuck, it really hurts. Young man, don't take me for a fool. I get it, let me go. Devastated and broken, you stumble back into the street and place a cigarette between your lips. It immediately gets yanked out by the wind, which proceeds to play with it for a solid 5 seconds before dumping it into a nearby puddle. A car drives by, splashes you with a waterfall of dirty water. Jesus Christ, what have I done to deserve it? You realize how silly you must look with your hands raised to the sky, and awkwardly put them back in your pockets. You slouch and walk against the wind, heading to nowhere in particular. Why is it always against the wind? To the metro station, I go against the wind. From the station, I also go against the wind. What the fuck is wrong with you, wind? What are you fucking with me? Just like that. Stupid fucking clerk, that virgin-looking mumbler yapping and lip-syncing with a... Holy shit. Just like that stupid fucking clerk, that virgin-looking mumbler yapping and lisping with a cock in his mouth. Oh, I need to gouge his beady eyes out, his wrinkly nose off, just to make him swallow his own snot along with the streams of blood and crush his skull into a red paste. And the guard, too, that old fuck, I'd barbecue his ass on the third rail so this corpse would get evaporated, hopefully mindlessly, into a cloud of crispy dust with an oncoming train, and also the fucking clientele, and that fucking management. Why the fuck did they allow them not to pay the delivery fee if the merchandise is defective? I still fucking delivered it all the same. It's the fucking manufacturer's fuck up, not mine. Oh, I would burn the whole fucking warehouse down along with every item on it. I would die in that fire too and reincarnate into a tsunami of shit and piss and crush this and sink this whole fucking city. Wait, where am I? You suddenly find yourself near the red-bricked, worn-out alleyway. Deep down this alleyway, the rain washes the back of a man in a trench coat. Gotta ask him how to get to anywhere from here. As you approach the man, you realize that he's not alone. In front of him is a scared Asian man in a striped tuxedo squeezed into a wall. It should concern you, but the steam engine of hatred propels you forward. I don't want to do it either, but if I don't, they'll kill my... The Asian man notices you and opens his mouth wide, extending his arms towards you. Through the sheets of rain, you still spot a glimpse of an animalistic fear in his eyes and stop dead in your tracks. The flash blazes softly, illuminating every wet surface in the alleyway. The sound of a shot ricochets off the myriad of raindrops and pierces you. Your stomach lurches up to your throat. The Asian man looks at his killer with genuine surprise and lowers his arm. You scream involuntarily. The trenchcoat stranger turns towards you, his lips moving, but you can't hear any words. Another flash blinds you. Something warm is seeping into your chest. The wet asphalt crashes into your face with the whole devastating mass of its shining roughness. Why is my shirt so sticky? You see the Asian man lying in front of you, breathing hoarsely, holding onto his life, and then a calmness as black as a starless night collapses upon you. I think that was every possible choice, I think. Alright, well, with that said, you nervous chuckle. The rear view mirror, interesting. The rear view mirror gasps you nervous. I did it again.